Hi there, Sagittarius. Hope you guys are having a great January. This is your mid-month January reading. It will pertain to roughly the middle portion and latter portion of the month, and is sort of a general reading. Okay. Wow. So I get the sense that you're waiting. There's momentum that's building towards something, and then it's just going to kind of pop out, right? Sort of like a birth. Sort of how those cards just flew out in a chunk like that. It was a feeling of sort of a birth of something. Something is being built up and then released rather suddenly. Okay, so let's see, we have 4 cards here that popped out. Well, let's just take a look. Wow. So you have the World in reverse, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot upright, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, I'm getting the sense with these cards in tandem with the feeling that I'm getting while I'm shuffling is that the world is sort of waiting, right? You're waiting for the world to see the work that you've been doing behind the scenes towards something, and then you're going to charge forward. And as you can see, there's a pentacle on the horse's neck, speaking to the work that you're doing, that you're waiting to release to the world. And the Ace of Swords is the very first expression. It's the very first value, right, of the air element, which connects to communication, which connects to the intellectual mind, strategy, planning. So these 2 cards together, the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, are really like a charge forward, right? Some clarity with a certain situation that previously was sort of lurking behind the scenes, okay? And in which a lot of time and effort went into, right, the preparation of whatever it is you're now coming out and forward with in a very clear way. Swords also speak of clarity, okay? So there's clarity being out in the open, the sun is shining behind the Chariot, right? And this is sort of the representation. This horse is wearing, in a way, the emblem of his hard work. He's representing it, he's presenting it. So there's very much an element of presentation, presenting something, okay? So let's continue to shuffle here, and we'll be doing the Celtic cross. All right, so the same spread as before for the last reading and also last month. Okay, so we're gonna have your distant past right here, and let me make sure that that is visible. Okay, let's see. All right. So you're gonna have your deep past here, recent past, current state, help or hinder, the sort of advice card, near future, hopes and or fears, final outcome, then 3 crowning cards. The first is going to be the energy that you harnessed that helped lead you to your current state, followed by the environmental energies that lay at your feet as you move forward in the month. And the last crowning card is the sort of energetic pathway that you're moving into, given the other energies at bay, okay? So okay, this came out in your last spread. Yes, this came out in your last spread in the environment position. And this was speaking to the sort of distraction, right? that surrounded you as you really remained focused, or tried to remain focused on whatever it is that you're hoping to cultivate, okay? So, and there is a sort of protection, right? A theme of protection over whatever it is you're cultivating, okay? So these two pops out here, we'll keep them to the side as we gain further insight into the other energies. But definitely this theme of fire and earth, really harnessing those two elements, the fusion of really working hard and long hours towards something you hope to reap long-term benefits from, in regards to your career, in regards to your finances, in regards to whatever it is that grounds you, okay? And really making it happen, putting the effort in and day out towards it, okay? So taking charge with that and being really passionate about it as well, okay? Yeah, I feel that there's a momentum building, right? Like, it's like you're on a bike and the wheels, you're gearing up, right? And you're pedaling faster as you approach. But there is this sense of, right, wanting to sort of perfect. It's an elongation, a feeling of elongation of the process in some way. Yeah, there's like fine tuning going on towards the end, right before the sort of disclosure, the release of whatever it is you've been working on. Feeling like not quite ready, a few more things to do. Yeah, not feeling quite ready, wanting to charge forward with it. Okay, and I'm going to wait before I fully interpret these cards because I want to see the whole spread, but wanting to charge forward, being very eager, right? Having your eyes set on this sort of final, like, outcome, even acquisition in some way. But the Fool in reverse, being not quite ready to take that first step in some way. There is this feeling, you know, that's preceding the release. Okay. So let us and let me make sure we are recording. Great. Okay. Here we go. Deep past. Recent past. Current state. Yep. This is the advice position. Current state. Sorry, near future. Hopes and or fears. Final outcome. The energy that you really stepped into that helped lead you to your current state. I sense that this is a big deal, right? So many cards popped out, so many cards, even including the 4 in the very beginning. There's a lot of commotion, even if it's internal in your mind, right? Because it is very much, it seems, behind the scenes. This is... Sorry about the airplane there. All right. Temperance in your environmental position. This is the energetic pathway that you're moving towards. And let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Lo and behold, we do have again the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it's this theme of working long and hard, right, towards something, almost like nose to the grind, right? But behind the scenes, the work not yet being revealed in some way, not yet coming to its full cycle and completion, okay? So it's the preparation stage that's very much being heightened in this reading, okay? And below that we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so we'll get to that, but let's first take a look at the elements at play here. So first and foremost, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. Okay. And so it seems that there is sort of, right, a transformation of your approach significantly in terms of how you conduct yourself, in terms of how you are choosing to move forward and make progress in some area of your life. There's been a transformation from your deep past to your sort of current state by way of the energy that you really stepped into. Okay. But aside from the major arcana, let's take a look at the other elements at play here. So again, the only real elements that are popping up in the spread are wands and pentacles. So fire and earth, cultivating and really putting in the effort and the energy, right? The physical labor towards manifesting whatever it is that you are hoping to bring about into fruition and culmination. Okay. And the contrast of these two cards, even the Son of Swords and the Fool in reverse, this is a very intellectual card, right? The Son of Swords. It's one of the air element, right? It speaks to the intellectual mind, the rational mind. And if you look at this owl, he is so focused, razor sharp focused, almost like when you're calculating something in your mind, right? You're so intensely wrapped up in the moment of it internally even, right? So this could be, I mean, these two cards are so different. The Fool is just this baby chick, right? And entering upon this new path and journey forward, not having any expectation, not passing any judgment, just being open to the experience, right? It's the number 0. It's the very first major arcana card. So this is ultra preparation, sort of over analysis, not even necessarily over, but just wanting to be over prepared in a way, right? Trying to really sparse out the details before you make this fresh new foray into this into the next leg of your journey. Okay. So now you do have, aside from the wands and the pentacles, you do have a Mother of Cups here in your recent past. Okay. And so let's actually jump right into it. You have the Hierophant in reverse in your deep past. Okay. And you have this Mother of Cups in your recent past. These two creatures, right? These birds are somewhat speaking to each other. The Mother of Cups almost looks kind of like she's consoling this Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant speaks to a really wise individual, right? One that has the key and the answer, right? In reverse, it could be that there was a sort of feeling of not having the answer, not having the key, okay? Feeling like you're hanging upside down, feeling at odds, perhaps even with your intuition, okay? The Mother of Cups is very wise, emotionally, intuitively, right? She is the ultimate expression of the water energy, which speaks to emotions, which speak to the compassionate side of us, the creative side of us, even the nurturing, sensitive side of us, right? So it seems that there is sort of a transformation of how you kind of came into your own. Okay, there was an issue, it seems, that was resolved. Okay, there was sort of a feeling of being at odds perhaps with your intuition about a certain situation, feeling like things are pending, not really knowing the direction of where things are going, not really being able to open the door and move forward with whatever it is you wanted to move forward with. Okay, so this is, I think, not having the clarity in some aspects of your life. Okay, and then transforming, right, into having the answers, becoming the true alchemist, the magician of your world. Okay, this Mother of Cups, it seems that she's she's just in this very ethereal, magical galaxy almost, right? It's made of imagination and dreams. She is the creator. It seems like she's even casting some sort of spell. So there is a contrast of energy, and these are two very significant cards, right? This is a major arcana, and it's rather positional, right? It depicts a person. The Hierophant, the Mother of Cups, depicts a person, right? It's not just like one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of cups. It's the suit higher than that. So really, it's an embodying of these characteristics. And so the transformation that was made into one that really allowed you to harness and step into your own and your intuition about a certain situation, and even a position of, instead of hanging right upside down and being in a way passive or immobile about a situation, you now are becoming the creator of the situation. You are taking control of it in a way that it really is derived from your inner wisdom and intuition. Okay, so there seems that there was a resolution of some sort in terms of your path forward with something, and one through which you felt quite confident. Okay, so the energy that you harnessed leading from your recent past is the Hermit in reverse. Okay, the Hermit in reverse I'm seeing as quite similar to the Hierophant in reverse, because these two animals are both hanging upside down, right? The Hermit is a very introspective card. It is a very it's a card of stillness and quiet, right? Tucking in and listening to your intuition. It's a very intuitive card as well, okay? Upright, it speaks to that very much so. When I see this card in reverse, okay, I see it as, given the context of these other cards, I see it as now opening up more Okay, having the direction, no longer needing to ruminate about it, having your answer after you really sought it from within yourself, right? After this period, turning back upwards, embodying the Mother of Cups, nature, okay, you're now ready to actually build. Okay, and that is what you're doing in your current position. You are building the foundation of this mountain, right, that you hope to ascend with your efforts, right? So there's a sense of progress, whereas before there was stagnation. There's now a sense of progress. Okay, the Hermit is a 9, number 9. This 3 of Pentacles, it's a 3. 3 is very stable. Okay, building stability. A 9 is almost completion, right? Thinking before you act, thinking about how to move forward. So I feel that, there was a lot of thinking, and now it's moved on to the 10 in a way, and you're now making forward movement and progress in a tangible way. Okay. So what's interesting is you have another 3 lying right over your current state. This is the 3 of Wands in reverse. It's in your advice position. Okay. Let me tune in here. This card to me almost always speaks to a sort of portal that's being entered, an opportunity, right? The opening of one's mind, really creating, right? Through your creativity. Pursuing, right? Bringing about the opportunity. Because wands, they are fire element, right? They speak to our actions, our actual movement and change forward. It's a very fast energy. And contrasted with the 3 of Pentacles, the Pentacles is earth. It's a very slow moving energy. So I'm seeing again this fusion with fire, passion, creativity, fast moving, right? Very creative energy. One by which you're really harnessing and utilizing even your third eye. I'm getting a feeling of third eye with this card. Okay. And in reverse, this looks like a mountain, right? In a way, speaking to this 3 of Pentacles, this mountain you are building and creating. Okay. So again, the fusion between fire energy and earth, stability. It seems that you're really harnessing, okay, your creativity, your imagination, your intuition, and stable, grounded move forward. Steps, step by step, in a rather systematic way, in a grounded way, right? And this fire energy is, it seems, tempered, right? It seems quite similar to the card when it's upright. But perhaps, right, it is suggesting to fuse these elements, continue to utilize your imagination, think outside the box, right? Harness your creativity, which leads to stability and this new world that you're entering, it seems, this next phase, right? Your creativity is is creating in and of itself the opportunity to move forward. 3 and 3, stability. Okay. So by way of the fusion of fire and earth, you're creating stability. But in reverse, right? The 3 of Wands could be speaking to continue to harness this fire energy and this way by which you're gaining your insight to move forward. The creativity and the imagination that's fueling your strategy in a way, even. But don't forget, perhaps, to temper this fire energy with the stable, grounded earth energy. Okay? Now, in your near future, you have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So, again, this feeling of definitely movement. You're going from a 3 to a 9. That's a huge jump, right? Huge jump. But nonetheless, a sense of impedance, a sense of slow growth, okay? Slow growth. But still growth. Going from the 7 in reverse to a 9 in reverse, you're moving slowly, but you're moving forward. Your hopes and or your fears, the 6 of Wands. These wands, right, the way they're depicted in this card, they're sort of laying in a pile of rubble, it seems, right, at the bottom, below this rainbow. Let me just make sure that we're still recording here. All right, excellent. So it's almost as if, right, all of this work, all of this effort has been put into something, okay, has been exerted. But the rainbow is so far up from these efforts, right? Perhaps there is a fear of exhaustion, right? Of efforts, not knowing perhaps when the rainbow will shine, right? Feeling like it's taking a while, but I don't feel that this is a really fearful negative card at all. I'm sensing that this is the inherent knowledge of the process, right, of building something, of creating something, knowing that the rainbow lies ahead, right, but it may just take time. It's only a 6 of Wands, right? The efforts are not completed yet. You're not at the 10 quite yet, right? So it's a feeling of knowing that it's not complete, and looking up, right? Looking forward and being hopeful towards knowing that behind these efforts, right? Even if it's a lot and it could be difficult, right? Nonetheless, getting them done, there is a sense of hope for what these efforts will be bringing you in the future. Okay, so I think that this is just saying that you're cognizant of the natural process and delay that's taking place. I feel that it's expected and it's in your hands. You're very much in control of it with the way that you are making progress forward. Definitely. Okay, you're choosing to take your time. It's not something that you're subject to. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Now, in your final position, you have the 9 of Wands. Again, an upstep, going from the 6 to a 9. Okay, your efforts are accumulating. They are reaching the almost culminating point, right? And this point, this final point, almost like the birth itself, right, that we were speaking of, could be in a way mysterious to you, right? You are placing your efforts in a systematic way. You know that they're leading you to this culminating point, right? You have a sense of what you're building, what you're creating, but maybe, right, there is a sense of, wow, what will the final moment be? Much alike a birth itself, right? When you have a child, or someone has a child, there is a sense, I can imagine, of of anticipation and mystery and not knowing, right? Even the gender, let's say. Right? The final moment. What will the child be like? Will it be a boy or a girl? Or when will it be born? Things like that. So there is this sense of birth, right? Birthing of efforts, and as they culminate to a certain point. This could be speaking, because it's in reverse, to this element of I'm sensing it could be a few things. One is that it's not entirely mysterious to you, right? There is a sense of being grounded, right? These wands are leading downwards into the ground, it seems, when it's in reverse. There's an element of groundedness with your actions, okay? And not entirely feeling like you don't know where you're going, okay? If wands are action, movement forward, and going somewhere, doing something, then these wands leading down are in a way knowing where you're going, being grounded with your movement forward, okay? And this could also speak to, in all your actions, knowing inside of you very deeply, intuitively, okay, what you believe, what you feel, what you know. Your intuition is the center of your actions. So it seems this is a very intuitively driven, well prepared, thought about, tempered progress forward towards, right? This sort of venture, something that's been contributed to over the long term. Okay. So temperance in your environmental position with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse in your energetic pathway. Let me tune in here. Temperance, definitely speaking to fire, right? The flame, even the inner flame. But temperance, right? Again, speaking to balance, the need to temper, as we mentioned here with this reversed Three of Wands, right? The need to make progress forward in a balanced way, in a grounded way, and yet in a creative way, in a way that still harnesses this fire and this imagination and this creativity. So temperance is right above this Three of Wands. Okay. So it could be speaking to the need for balance, right? Balance of groundedness and passion, vitality, energy, and enthusiasm. Perhaps your environment is beckoning for more temperance, balance, harmony. Perhaps your environment is not ready in some way for this sort of birth. Also, this temperance card is looking on at the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So what's interesting is that you have a Three of Pentacles, you have a Seven of Pentacles, you have a Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is right beneath the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Mother of Pentacles. And right in the center of this Pentacles, this Earth card, is this the seeming flame, right? In a way, speaking to the core passion, the spark, right? The wand energy, even, again, the fusion between earth and fire. That core enthusiasm and motivation that's really driving, helping you drive up this new beginning in terms of your career or your finances. But again, it's in reverse. I'm seeing this as the ultimate fusion of the fire and the earth, as we're seeing it throughout the spread. Okay, but in its core, right, in its first expression. But the Ace of Pentacles speaks to a new beginning, right, in terms of finances and career. And so you have this Temperance card speaking to your environment, looking over at this Ace of Pentacles, at the energetic pathway that you're moving into. And so it seems that there is sort of a hesitation due to your environment, right? Almost the suggestion from your environment to wait on this new beginning. The expose even of your idea, your core idea with all of this. So it could be that it's the presentation of a concept, right? Even the presentation of a concept or news of whatever it was that you had decided to pursue and that you've been building. Okay, this is sort of the representation of the nucleus of whatever you're working on. Okay. And below this Seven of Pentacles, you had the Six of Cups. Okay. And I'm seeing this again, right? The duality between this night and day. These mountains, this water energy, but nonetheless, intuition, right? Water is very intuitive. Water is highly even psychic, right? There is a knowingness with the water element. And so when I see this right beneath the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost as if saying below, right, beneath all the work that you're doing, there is this intuitive connection that you have to it, one that's very deep, very grounded, okay, one that is forming the foundation of this mountain that you're building, right? There's a mountain here. One that is forming the foundation of this mountain, but one that inherently also, right, given that it is intuitive, connotes a sense of mystery perhaps, but not entirely mystery, because you do have the Sun yet again, right? And this card is in reverse if we're interpreting as we did before. So there's a sense of knowing where you're going, right? Being guided by your intuition in terms of how to move forward. Your intuition is driving your movement forward. But inherently in that process, right? Knowing and yet not knowing fully, right? There's still being some sort of mystery